It's April 9th, 6 a.m. I'm rolling out. Nebraska. There's Bill's Liquor. There's a donut place with the rooster on top. Just got a slice of Casey's Pizza. Getting back on the interstate. Hot out here. April 9th. Hey, it's Coven. I'm heading to Utah, Salt Lake City, to pick up my brother from the airport. He gets in tomorrow night. I've been on the road for 376 miles so far. Almost to Wyoming. I'm going to stop in Cheyenne, I think, and maybe try to go see the big boy locomotive. But this is day one of like 7-day road trip. Tonight I'm going to be camping at Flaming Gorge, if possible, if I make it. We'll see. Exactly 455.4 miles from my place to Wyoming. Next stop, Cheyenne. Downtown Cheyenne Historic District. They got the roads all tore up and you can't turn anywhere. I'm trying to get to the Railroad Museum. Pain in the ass. Downtown Cheyenne. Actually got some pretty cool shit here. I believe that is the state capitol. Go check it out real quick. There's an old ass building. Got a nice gold dome. Wyoming is windy. 6 p.m. Mountain Time. I've been on the road for 11 and a half hours. I've only gone 762 miles. But I gotta say, so far, I don't like Wyoming at all. It's freaking boring. The cops scare the hell out of me. I saw people getting searched on the side of the interstate. Some guy must have thrown his stuff out on the on-ramp, because I saw some troopers like walking up and down the ramp looking in the grass for something. And it's just the most boring, longest drive. I mean, Nebraska's pretty bad, but Wyoming's worse. I mean, it's not as flat, but I mean, you go 190 miles between towns here. I just strapped my gas can onto the roof. It was in the trunk all day, and the fumes just gave me the nastiest headache. I've got like a freaking almost a full migraine right now. I've been trying to drink plenty of water. I've had like 6 logs today, but the Buick's doing good. I've done 2.5 tanks of gas so far, and I mean, that was over $150 just to get to where I am now. By the end of this next week with my brother, I mean, I've done 764 miles now. It'll probably be about 3,000 miles by the time we get back. But today is the longest driving day. Maybe next Friday driving home is gonna suck too. That's gonna be pretty much from like Colorado Springs back to Omaha.
In half a mile, take exit 99 for US 191 south toward East Flaming Gorge Road.
But every day in between will be not so bad. Maybe 400 or 500 miles a day. But, you know, I'll have company and
take exit 99.
The scenery will be better. I mean, Wyoming is pretty, but it's like a lot of nothing.
In a quarter mile, turn left onto US 191 south.
I mean, I can't complain. Road trip's
turn left onto US 191 south.
I am excited as hell for this Flaming Gorge. I just hope it ain't cold and snowy there.
Continue on US 191 south for 60 miles.
Between Cheyenne and Laramie, it was extremely windy. It's definitely worth the experience, this whole road trip. All my hard work fixing up this car, and I've been planning this with my brother for like 2 months now. First day, of course, is going to be the most stressful, but once I get to my campsite tonight and it's not dark and cold and snowy or windy, if I can have a fire tonight. I bought a $10 bundle of firewood from the fucking gas station in Rock Springs, which is just ridiculous. I want to try to boondock on the lake. There's this cool spot that might be just too windy, or the ground might be too muddy for me to access it, so it's kind of iffy on if I can camp there. The plan B is Mustang Ridge Campground, which is in a forest of pine trees, which I wouldn't have even needed that firewood. But it supposedly has paved roads all the way up to it. The only problem with that is it's like $22 a night to camp there. Ooh, a horse. White one. Pretty. Who's this guy? Rancher dude. What is that? What's going on? little fire canyon. So, oh man, I'm going down a steep grade now. This is pretty. Once you get off I-80, Wyoming's pretty. Ton of sagebrush. I should bring some of that home to burn. Alright, well, next update will be at the campsite. Look at this beautiful scenery. This is heading south from Rock Springs to Flaming Gorge on the east side of the river. Sagebrush everywhere. It's pretty. This is what the Wild West looks like. Stop. See some animals. Where you at, Stock? Scenic highway. made it. Utah. All right. It's gone up 7 degrees since I was up on that mountaintop too. Now I'm gonna find somewhere to camp. I got just enough daylight left to get set up, get bundled up, because I think it's gonna be a cold night. I bet it gets into the 20s tonight. I'm looking for Jug Hollow, also known as County Road 319. I made it. Jug Hollow. And it's dry. I can do this. We are camping. Yes! After 820 miles and fucking, God, like 13 and a half hours of driving, got just enough daylight left to get set up, make some dinner, fucking have some beers. Yes, this is nice. 47, not bad. As long as the wind isn't too bad to where I can't make a fire and sleep in a tent. I think way down there by the water it should be okay. Fingers crossed. Alright, so there's people here, not very many. There's plenty of spots. The biggest problem is the wind. It's just still windy as fuck. Look at that water. I mean, it's just going crazy. So I saw a spot back this way that looked kind of protected, like a little cove. I'm gonna try it out. I gotta have a fire tonight, or at least have it sheltered enough where the tent isn't just blowing the whole time. I mean, I'll sleep with earplugs, but I gotta cook my dinner. I gotta be warm. I gotta enjoy myself. I'm not wasting money on a fucking hotel because I'm not a bitch. And I really don't want to sleep in the Buick. I mean, I will if I have to. I've done it before lots of times. Not having an RV, you're pretty much always at the mercy of the weather. So I found like a pretty decent looking spot up the way here. It's kind of back in the, looked like it was out of the wind at least. Is this it? Maybe this is it. Nope, that's not it. This place is fucking amazing. If there was a spot like this in Nebraska, I'd be there like every weekend. That's beautiful. Not the protected site that I was. Got here. Is that it? No. That might work though. It's not bad. Could go out on the beach and maybe that is it. That might be it. I'll look at this one more spot and then I'm gonna make a decision. It's like 7:30 and getting dark. Oh yeah, this is the spot. This is it. The wind is from the west, so I am going to park the Buick in a way that blocks the wind. Okay. Made it. Well, after over 12 hours of not very fun, stressful road tripping, I've made it to probably the most beautiful place I've ever camped in my life. Hopefully the weather isn't so bad tomorrow as far as the wind, and hopefully it doesn't rain, where I can explore this area for a couple hours and make a video. For now, I'm gonna cook myself some dinner and have a fire and get some rest. I went 800 miles. Pretty much the entire way through Wyoming, I was scared of getting pulled over and fucked with by the law enforcement there. Wyoming is a state almost as big as Montana, but the entire state has under 700,000 residents, or something like that. And like the highway patrol and the sheriffs there, I mean, they're hungry for revenue. So if a guy shows up rolling through in a vehicle like this with Nebraska plates, I mean, I'm just asking for it. I really don't know what the cops are like in Utah. I guess I'll find out. But with the state having like 5 national parks or something, and all the Jeep stuff that happens, all the off-roaders and tourism that generally goes on in Utah, I would assume it would be chiller. Kind of like South Dakota. The cops there are super cool. At least in my experience. Wyoming is just desolate. I mean, it's beautiful. The landscape and the whole geology of it is, I mean, way cooler than Nebraska, for sure. It's not just fucking cornfields and Trump flags and abortion billboards and stuff, but I am just not, I mean, for 12 hours straight, I was just on edge driving through Wyoming. So really, my vacation starts now. As long as I manage to get some sleep tonight, and it doesn't rain. I don't think it's gonna rain. I mean, the clouds are very broken up, and it's mostly just windy here. Very, very windy.